Hello students. So in today's session, we are going to continue with the branch and bound uh, technique implementation for 01 knapsack problem. So in the previous session, we have already talked about the simple knapsack problem where we wanted to maximize summation of PIXI. Yes, so the bounding function was the upper bound function on this, which wanted to maximize the profit value. So we have taken the state space approach for this, and with that we have tried to reduce, or we have tried to prune those all nodes which have lower upper bound value. So we tried to maximize the upper bound value, and wherever it was lesser, we would not take that node but would go further into the node where the upper bound is high. Yes. So in these two cases, this was the higher upper bound 42.5. So this was taken, and then we have moved further into that tree. The two branches of this have an upper bound of 38 and 36. 36, which was lesser than 38, was pruned, and further on we have got the solution. Yes. So we have got the last solution here. Now we are in this session, we are actually going to talk about two approaches. One is called the LC01 knapsack problem for branch and bound, and another one is P4 branch and bound solution for the 01 knapsack. So first let us start with the LC. LC stands for the least cost. So in this case, what we wanted to do is we wanted to have the minimum cost, because the branch and bound initially have a solution for the minimizing problems. So here in this case, instead of maximizing this positive quantity, we will make our upper bounding function for pruning the nodes or for terminating a particular node as minus of this profit value. Yes, instead of having maximizing the profit value, we are minimizing the negative profit value. So for that, we will have a function defined as ux, which is equal to minus of summation of pi, and with that we will have another function which we call as the ranking function or the cost function, denoted as c cap x. Now this c cap x is equal to, so this is the formula that is given to this. So as we will create the state space tree, these two functions will become very, very clear to you. Now to start with, ux includes the profit values of all those items that are included completely into the knapsack, whereas c cap x include the profit values that ux is including, as well as the profit value of the next partial element that is to be taken. So that's why W is the knapsack capacity, and this small w indicates the present weight of the knapsack. So if you have included two elements, what is the two element weight? That is denoted by the small w, divided by weight of the remaining objects. So that means the next object which we are going to take, and the profit of the remaining object. So what is the profit? So it gets the fractional profit of the remaining element and added to this ux. Yes, if you see here, there is a negative sign, but I am saying adding up. So this is also a negative quantity. So we are adding two negative quantities here. Okay, and to start with, whenever we are working on this state space tree for LC branch and bound, we include any node that we are working with as a E node, and every E node is actually included as a live node. That means we are working on that, and it will generate the sub nodes or the branches. And we have an upper bound on a particular parameter that is called as up. That means this upper we need to minimize. We need to minimize this value. So this is the function that is there for each of the node, whereas upper is the profit value that we want to minimize. So that's why we are starting with the positive infinite values, which we will try to minimize. So let's start creating the state space tree for the same problem that we have taken earlier with the 4 elements and the weight values at 2, 4, 6 and 9 and their profit values respectively as 10, 10, 12 and 18. So we have already calculated this VI by WI value. Okay. Now to start with, when we are working for the very first node, here, when we have not selected any element, what we need to find out here, what is the value of this U1 and what is the value of this C1? Yes. So in this case, U1 means that what is the profit value that can go into the knapsack. So to calculate U1, let me write it in this space. If I'm including the first element, so that means x1 is equal to 1. I'm including the first element. The weight of that element is 2 and the profit value is 10. So I can include because my knapsack capacity that I have taken in this case is 15. So now the knapsack capacity that is left is 13. Can I include the second element? Yes. For the second element, the weight value is 4 and the profit value is 10. So now the knapsack capacity is 9. Yes. Can I include the third element? Yes. So the third element have a weight of 6 and the profit value of 12. Yes. Can I include the fourth element now? Because 9 minus 6 is 3. Fourth element have a weight of 9, whereas the knapsack capacity left is 3. So I cannot include this. Yes. So I can only include these 3 elements according to the current knapsack capacity if I just go in the sequence. So the total profit that I will get from here is 32. So that is what is summation of Pi, and a negative sign of that I get here minus 32. Fine. Now C cap of 1 will be equal to what value? It is Ux minus, so Ui is minus 32 minus 15. The current weight that have gone into the knapsack is this. So 6 plus 4 plus 2, 12. Weight of the remaining object is the last object and have a weight of 9, and profit of the remaining object. So 18 by 9 is nothing but the per unit profit value for this particular object. So in this case, this is 2. So this is equal to minus 32 minus, this is 3 into 2, which is equal to minus 38. So to start with, we have these values that are used. Now we will go to step 4 and 5. Yes. So step 4 here says if Ux is less than the upper value, upper is infinity. So if the upper value is Ux is less than the upper value, then we will initialize, or then we will assign upper the value what is given in Ux, because we want to minimize this value. Yes. So right now I will have the upper value equal to minus 32. So I'll be comparing it with this always. Fine. And then I check if the C cap value is greater than the upper value. No. C cap value is minus 38. Upper value is minus 32. So upper is greater. Then we will not kill this node, but we will generate the subnodes of this. So subnodes of this are when we are going to take the first element or we are not going to include the first element. If we are not going to include the first element, it is 0, and if we are including, it is 1. So for this, now we need to calculate the ux and cx value. So x is equal to 2. Fine. So in this case, for the node 2, what we are going to do here is we are going to find out which all nodes can be there. So first has to be there. So the first element have the weight value of 2, profit value of 10. It has to be there. So the second element have a weight value of 4 and profit of 10. Third element have a weight value of 6 and profit of 12. Exactly the same way we have done for the previous node. So this comes out to be 32. So in this case, U2 will be equal to minus 32. So I'll keep on writing the U value first, okay, and the C value as the next value so that it becomes clear. It will not get cluttered. So C cap value will be this value minus 32 and minus the remaining values as in the previous case, the same thing. Yes, so this also comes out to be minus 38. Fine. So these two values remains the same. So there is no change in upper value. There is no change in that we are going to terminate this node. Let's now check for this node. For U3, what does it say is that we are not going to include the first element. So if we are not including the first element, we are going to start with the second element, which have a weight value of 4, profit value of 10. Then the next value is 6 and the profit value is 12. Now the weight that can go into the knapsack is only 5. Whereas what we have here is 9. Yes. So we cannot include this. So this value will be minus 22. So we will have minus 22 as the UX value. Now coming on to the C cap value. C cap value will be minus 22 minus the knapsack capacity is 15. Current weight into the knapsack is 5 divided by 9 into 18. So 5 into 2, 10. So this will be minus 32. Now C cap value right now here is minus 32. This also is minus 32. Fine. So in this case, we are not going right now terminating this node, but out of these two, for the U value, whichever has the smaller value that we are going to take. So minus 32, because it is a negative quantity, so minus 32 is smaller. So we are going to take this node and we are not going to take this node. So from here, again we have two branches here where we will check for x2 equal to 1 and x2 equal to 0. That means we are going to include the second element. We are not going to include the second element. So if we are going to include the second element, the values of U and C cap functions will remain the same. So at this particular node, we have where the second element is selected and this where second element is not selected. So if the second element is selected, so it is going to give us the same result as the previous two cases. So the U and the C cap function values will remain the same as minus 32 and minus 30. Okay. Now for this fifth node, the U function, the upper bound function will be the summation of elements when the first element is included and second is not included, and then based on the knapsack capacity, third and fourth elements may or may not be included. So here for the first element, because it is included, the weight value is 2 and the profit is 10. Second is not included, third value is 6 and the profit is 12. So right now we have added 2 plus 6, 8 into the knapsack. So here we are left with the 7 units to be packed into the knapsack. Now the fourth element have the weight value as 9. So we cannot include the last element completely into the knapsack. So the U cap value will be equal to minus 22. Fine. So here what we will have is minus 22 and the C cap value will be minus 22 plus W minus W. Yes. So that is equal to 15 minus 8 divided by 9 into 18. So this will be minus 22 minus 7 into 2, which is equal to minus 36. So we have the C cap function value for this as minus 36. So the next two things that we need to do is we need to check for UX and CX value, compare it with the upper. So for this particular node, UX value, is it less than the upper? No, we have the current value of U upper as minus 32. So the current value of upper is minus 32. So in this case, what we are going to do is nothing will change. And your CX value, is it greater than upper? No, minus 38 is lesser than minus 32. So this, nothing will happen to this node. Similarly to this one, minus 22 is the upper value. So it is not lesser than this. So it is not going to change the upper value, as well as your CX value. Is it greater than the upper? No, it is still lesser than minus 32. So this node also will not be killed. So from these two nodes, 4 and 5, which are the active nodes, from these two nodes, we will select a node which have a lower upper value. So this one has a lower upper value, that is minus 32. So we will generate its sub nodes. So this is the case when the third element is either included or not included. So if X3 is included, it is going to be the same case as the previous one. So the U and the C cap X function values will remain the same. Whereas when we are not going to include this third element, then the U and the C cap X values will change for this. So for the seventh node, when we are going to take the first element, which have a weight of 2 and profit of 10, and the second element also we are going to include, which have a weight of 4 and a profit of 10, we are not going to include the third element. So right now we have included a weight value of 6 into the knapsack. So the remaining value is 15 minus 6 equal to 9. So we can include any element with the capacity of, with the weight value of 9. So the fourth element, which have a weight value of 9 and the profit value is 18, so we can include them. So this becomes minus 38. And if we try to include the C cap values, because there are no remaining objects and W minus W is 0, so it is going to be the same as your U value. Yes, so this is both going to be minus 38. And from here, what we are going to do is we are going to check with the U values. This is minus 32, this is minus 38. If your U function value is lesser than the upper is minus 32. So this is minus 38. So what we are going to do is we are going to change the upper value. And what is that value now for us? Minus 38. So we are going to change the value to minus 38. Okay. So this is minus 38. Now C cap X, is it greater than the upper? So in this case, we have a minus 38 value here, which is equal to the upper value. So nothing is going to change. This value is minus 38 from here. And now we are going to generate the two child nodes, because in this case, out of these two, this upper value is smaller. So we are going to generate the two nodes here, 8 and 9. And this represents, 8 represent when x4 is included, and this represents when x4 is not included. If x4 is, the fourth element is included, it is going to be the same case. Yes, because it follows this path. First is included, second is included, third is not included, and then fourth is included. Okay, so in this case, this value will be minus 38 and minus 30. Whereas this value will be, we are not going to include this fourth element. Yes, for our U9, we are not going to include this fourth element. We are going to only include the two elements. So this is going to be only minus 20 for both the cases. Yes, so your U and the C cap values for the ninth node is minus 20, and your upper value remains as minus 38. So minus 20 is greater than minus 38. So this node is pruned. Minus 36 is also greater than minus 38. So this is also pruned. Minus 32 is also greater than minus 38. So this is also pruned. And for this node, if we try to move further, it is going to include x4 element, which is not a feasible solution because of the weight value. We cannot include it into this, so it cannot move further from here. So the solution that you get from LC branch and bound is this. Yes, where first element is included, second is included, third is not included, and fourth is included with the upper value of minus 30. I hope that is clear. Yes, so we have minimized our upper function. Now, to implement this LC branch and bound, what all you need? One is that you need a node structure that can represent these values, and for that, what do you need into this node structure is, one is the node value, the upper, the C cap values that you need to store, as well as you need to have a different variable called upper to store the values, and then you need to know how to generate the child node. So if one is the index of the node, the child nodes will be 2 and 3. If it is 2, then it is 2 into 2, 4, plus 1, 5. If it is 7, yes, so it is going to go in that order only. Yes, so whatever node you are taking, next to that you need to generate a child node. So there have to be a mechanism for that, and then recognize that a particular node is the solution node, that you cannot move further from there, as well as representation of the live nodes. So if you are taking all these nodes, yes, so you will be creating a list of nodes, yes, and the list of live nodes. So first you have taken the first node, yes, you have generated 2 and 3. Then first is gone, yes, and you have generated 2 and 3. Then you are working with 2 and you generate fourth and fifth node, and all of these are your active nodes, live nodes. And from there you have taken fourth node, and from fourth you have actually generated the sixth and seventh node. And then this is not your active node. Then from sixth is left, and from seventh you have generated 8th and 9th node. And when you have generated 8th and 9th node, you have seen that the C cap x for the third node, C cap x value for the third and the fifth node is greater than the upper value that you have changed with this. So you are going to kill these nodes also. Yes, as well as you will kill for this one also get killed because this cannot move further. So you get a solution. Now every time what we do is, how do we select which particular node I am going to take for the next E node to make the branches? So for that, this LC branch and bound method make use of min heap. That means in the min heap, it only includes the UX values. Yes. And based on that UX value, whichever have the minimum UX value, it is going to take that. So if it is going to have these two, minus 32 and minus 22, so minus 32 comes at the top of the heap. It deletes that. See, from here, if I have to implement this as a heap, which we have just put it as node. So initially you have the U value as minus 32. Yes. So U of 1 is equal to minus 32 as the heap. So from here you generated the two nodes and you get the U value as minus 32 and minus 22. So from here you have deleted this, and whichever is the minimum one out of these two comes to the root. That is the min heap property. So this will become as minus 32. Fine. And from here, what it will do is it will take this and delete this from the root and generate the other two nodes. Fine. So for the other two nodes, you have minus 32 and minus 22. So that will get added. Once you delete this, the heap that is left with you will have only one node, minus 22. And to this, you are going to add minus 32 and minus 22 as the value. So you will have the new heap, min heap, as this one. So to this minus 22, you have added minus 32 and minus 22. So this has become as the root of the heap. So with this as the root of the heap, you can delete this as the next node. So this nodes get deleted. Yes. And for this node, what you are going to do is you are again going to generate two nodes. Yes. And for this, when you are deleting this one, this is going to generate minus 32 and minus 38 at this step. So when it is going to generate minus 32 and minus 38 values, so that gets added up into this heap. This gets deleted and these two get added. So if these two are getting added, so you will get minus 38, minus 32, minus 22, and again minus 22 as the min heap value. Fine. Now from this again minus 32 gets deleted, and what you are going to add is its subnodes which have the value of minus 38 and minus 20. Fine. So you are going to add this. So minus 38 again gets added. So this remains the same, although the node earlier it was the 7th node, but now it is the 8th node, as well as you are adding minus 20 into that. So it gets added up here. And after this, what it is going to check is that if you have the CCAP values which are lesser, which are greater than the upper, so you are going to kill those nodes. So this node gets killed, this node gets killed, as well as this node gets killed. Yes. So you are going to work with the tree like min heap with that. Now with min heap, you have to use this min heap data structure, which takes a lot of space. Whereas when we talk about the FIFO, it is the first in, first out. That means the node that comes in first. So it's going to work on this particular basic concept of FIFO. So FIFO actually works on the same concept that we have worked for the LC. That means it starts with where upper value is made as the infinite value and E node is taken as the first node and UX is taken as minus summation of PI and CX is taken as this. And after that, UX if it is lesser than the upper value is updated, and Cx, if it is greater than the upper, that node is killed. So it is going to use the same strategy, but it is going to generate the nodes in a different way. So for that, when the first node is created, it is going to work in the same way. Yes, that means it is going to create the same values. So I'm not going to write the complete computation again. Let me just use the same thing that I have calculated here, minus 32 and minus 38. And from there, because there is only one node, so it is taken out and its two subnodes are generated. That is 2 and 3. Fine. Now, when it has generated 2 and 3, so it is going to put here 2, it is going to put here 3, and as we have calculated earlier, we have minus 32 value, minus 38 value, minus 22 value, and minus 32 value. Yes, exactly the same way it does the calculation as we have done earlier. But in this case, it is not going to only check for these minus 32 and minus 22 upper bound values, upper function values, and then select the lower one. In this case, it is going to select a node that is created first. Yes, so 2 is created first, so it generates its child nodes, 4 and 5. So it generates here 4, it generates here 5, which have a value of minus 22 and minus 36. In this case here minus 32 and minus 30. Exactly the same way we have calculated earlier. And after this, second node is done. It's not going to shift to the fourth or the fifth as we have done earlier here. Yes, it is going to generate the child nodes of the third. So that means we are going to have here 6 and 7. Fine. So for the sixth node, how it is that the first element is not there. That is x1 is equal to 0 and x2 is equal to 1. Yes, so we are going to do the computation for this. So the first node is not present. First node is present. First element is present. Second is not present. Then third is present. And if we can include the fourth. Yes, so that is how this one is going to work. So first is not present, and then the second is present. So in this case, the second element is there. So your u of 6 will be equal to what weight value? We have the first element 4 with 10, then the third element 6 with 12. Can we include the fourth element with the 9 weight? No. So we have the value here as minus 22. Fine. And the C cap x function will take a partial value of 9. So right now we have included 10 weight value. So only the 5 is left and the per unit weight is 2. So minus 10. So we get here minus 32. Right. Similarly for the seventh node, it will say when you are not including the second element also. First element is 0, second element is 0. So you are not including the first and the second element. You are only going to include the third and the fourth element. Fine. So if you are going to include only the third and the fourth element, so you have both the elements can be included because the weight value is 6 and 9, that is 50. So you get here 30. So u and the C cap function value will be the same, that is equal to minus 30. That okay? So right now we will just stop here and look at the values what we have for upper. Okay, so the upper value was what we have started with. The upper value was infinity, and when we started with the first node, we make it equal to u function value, which was minus 32, and this was also minus 32. Here it was minus 22, so it was greater, we didn't do anything. Here it was minus 32, we don't do anything. Here it is minus 22, Again, no need to change. Here also it is minus 22. No need to change because this is still greater than minus 32. Here it is minus 30 greater than minus 32. So we are not going to do any change here. But let's quickly see, do you have a C cap value which is greater than your upper value? C cap value greater than this? No. C cap value is 38 greater than minus 32? No. This is minus 32 greater than this? No. Minus 38? No. Minus 36? No. Minus 32? No. Minus 30? Yes. Minus 30 is greater than minus 32. So it is not going to give you a better result. So this node will be killed. Yes. So when you are generating this, okay, so your sixth and seventh node, so this gets hit. So the next value that you have here, because you have generated the nodes of 1, 2 and 3, they cannot be now your live and the active node. So you move on to the next node. So from here, you again generate two more nodes, 8 and 9. Yes. So for 8 and 9, again what you need to do is you need to generate the value. So for the node 8, again, because it is following the same path, so the values will remain the same. That is, this will be minus 32 and this will be minus 38. Fine. And here, again, because it is following the same path, so whatever is this node value, that will be here. So this will be minus 38 and minus 38. So our upper value have decreased to minus 38. So this value also needs to change to minus 38. Fine. So the upper value have now changed to minus 38. So this is done. So after this, we have our fifth node. Yes. So at the fifth node, what we have gotten here is that the values of C cap function is greater than your upper value. Because here when we are generating this 8 and 9 node from this node 4, so the value here will be minus 38 and minus 38 as we have done here. So this value will be now your new upper value, the U value, and this value is compared with the Cx of the other value. So because we need to generate the nodes for 5th, 6th and 7th, but here your Cx value is greater than the current upper value, which is 38. So these nodes are killed. So minus 36, minus 32 and minus 30 all are greater than minus 38. So these all three nodes are killed. So 5, 6, 7 are done. Then you have 8 and 9. So we generate the child nodes of 8, that is 10 and 11, for 9, 12 and 13. So this particular one, where you are taking the first element, second element, third element, and you are saying you are going to include the fourth element also, it is not part of the feasible solution. So this is deleted, or we say that the search is terminated here. Similarly, if you are taking this, it is going to give you the minus 32 value as the solution. Yes, which is again greater than this upper value. So we are not going to follow this. Then next one is this particular node. This particular node give you a value of minus 38. Yes, so this value of minus 38 is there for your U as well as for C cap also. It is the same value because there is no further elements left. So it is equal to the U function value. For this particular node, when the fourth element is not taken, so this is this particular node. So again, this value is minus 20 and minus 20. Minus 20 here for the C cap function is greater than the upper value, which is currently minus 38. So this particular node also is killed. So you get this solution, which is 1, 2, and this, and then this. You say it is again the same. And in this case, you are generating more number of nodes. So you have generated 13 nodes, whereas in the case of LC, you have generated 9 nodes. But you will say that this LC is better than the FIFO. However, in programming, FIFO gives a better results than LC. The primary reason being that to maintain a heap, it takes always log m number of time complexity, where m number of elements are present. And every time you delete from the heap, you have to rearrange. Every time you have to add the elements into the heap, you have to rearrange the heap. Whereas in case of FIFO, you just keep on adding to the list and deleting from the list. So the deletions as well as addition takes lesser time for the FIFO branch and bound. So that's why it is more preferred than the LC branch and. Yes, so we have now seen there are exactly 5 different ways of solving the knapsack, which is divided into 2 categories. One is the fractional knapsack and another one is your 0-1 knapsack. So the 0-1 knapsack, we have 4. For the fractional, it is the greedy approach, and for the 0-1 knapsack, we have the dynamic approach, then the simple branch and bound approach that we have just seen initially first in the last session. Then we have seen today the LC branch and bound and the FIFO branch and bound. Yes, that's all for this session. Thank you, students.